Paint Marine here with another status report. So we're nearing the end of January here, and I wanted to try to knock this out when I had the time. Kind of a lot going on and not a lot, which seems to be kind of the theme lately, especially with the current world situation. I was just thinking the other day, it's been September of 2019 was the last time I played a game, which is when I went up to the Nova Open. But yeah, I haven't played. Definitely is. I mean, it's over a year now. It's looking like it won't be until end of this year before I'll get to play. Because as I've mentioned many times on my past videos, I've got an upcoming work related trip where I have to travel a decent amount. So I'll be trying to take this operation mobile. I'm trying to figure out a way where I can take some models and still try to get my painting knocked out for my army. Hopefully that works out and I can get a decent amount knocked out. Because that would be kind of the one benefit of being away from home for a little while. Hopefully knocking that stuff out, because also people that may have known, I just had another kid. That brings my total up to 4, which is going to be where we're staying at. But yeah, so that really takes a lot of time. I have, all my kids are 7 and under, so I mean, they definitely take up a lot of time and stuff. But with that, like I said, as you noticed, if you've been following on the channel, I've got another kind of series called Off the Sprue, which is going to cover other topics and stuff that I'm interested in. Right now it's been very Lego centric, and a lot of that just having to do with I used to collect Lego and was big into Lego forever ago, and then just kind of got out of it, and then now my oldest two are definitely getting more into it, so I've gotten back into it some, and I've probably going to add a new album on the Paint Marine page just to throw some mocks, which those that aren't familiar with the Lego, I guess it's AFAL community. So AFAL is Adult Fan of Lego, and mock is my own creation. So it's like kit bashing basically for Lego. I'll probably just throw up an album and every now and again just drop something in there just to kind of share it on there. Every now and again will share a project I did on my Instagram, and like I said, kind of the Off the Sprue has been pretty Lego centric as of late, just because my son and I have been getting really big into it. And as you can kind of see right here, is a little kind of preview of something coming up. They just released a new TIE Fighter set, which is an awesome set. It's downsized from previous TIE Fighters, so what I think is more manageable. The other ones just seemed so huge before, and by doing so, they also cut the price in half. So a set that usually costs $70, $80 is now $40, which is still kind of a high dollar price, but like any plastic hobby, we all know can be expensive. But with that, I made this here out of it. So give a quick little preview here. So this is the new TIE Fighter set. Like I said, I really like it. It's really cool, compact and everything. And then out of that, I made a TIE Interceptor. So basically left the cockpit area the same, just changed up the wings and made the TIE Interceptor. And a little stand too, because you can't really set this one on its wings. So but yeah, that was a fun little side build project thing that I did. And then also you can kind of see right here, and I'll probably share some pictures too. This was actually my first, I guess, mock getting back into the community of Lego that I've done in at least 15 years, if not maybe longer. And it was just a funny little scene of a clone working out. Okay, so sorry there's maybe a brief pause there. Got a little off track. Again, like I said, constant interruptions with the kids running around, which is fine. It's part of what happens when you have a large number of kids. So yeah, so just been kind of getting back into the Lego stuff. So like I said, I'll probably just make one album and just kind of every now and again throw pictures of the mock. But that mock I made was like a clone, working out in a gym, I don't know, on one of their cruisers or something, just kind of a funny little thing. Because I had found, my son had they had blind bag minifigures you can get, and in one of them he had gotten a Batman that had a Speedo on. It came with a rubber ducky thing or something, and a Batman cowl with goggles on it. Anyway, and the chest was bare, and it had his ripped abs and all that stuff, muscle bound. So it was like Batman at the beach. So I had just been playing the old 360 game, Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars, which is based on the Clone Wars animated series. With my son, we've been playing through that, and there's a scene where it's kind of they have little funny comedy scenes throughout, and in one of them, there's like a bunch of clones working out, and one has his shirt off but still has like his clone trooper pants and helmet on. And then later on you can unlock that character. He's called the workout clone, and so that kind of, when I saw that torso, kind of inspired it. So I have him like working out, doing like the bench, and he's got like a buddy spotting him and stuff. Anyway, it was pretty funny and stuff like that. And like I said, the first, I guess, mock I've made in a long time, and especially in a style that has been really kind of, I think, taking the community as the norm, is called snot building, or studs not on top, or where you take like the pieces, the flat plates that have no studs on them that are smooth, and you kind of smooth everything out as much as possible. It was my first attempt ever really doing that kind of a build, and it really looked out pretty good. And then this TIE Interceptor is my second mock build I've done. So I might actually, I found some old mocks because my parents had recently visited and brought like all my old Lego for my kids and I to have. So I may post some pictures of my old mocks that I had found again, along with the 2 new ones that I've made since then. Other than that, like I said, I've been just trying to organize and get things ready for my work trip and being more mobile, and hopefully getting some stuff done. But there are a few things I wanted to get done before that. Like I've had these 2 like honor guard guys that came with Gilliman, which are now going to be, I guess, kind of pseudo blade guard for my army, but I'm actually calling mine Blade Wing Veterans instead of Blade Guard. So I mean, they're still Blade Guard, but they're going to be called the Blade Wing Veterans for my army. And I have one special character I'm working on that is the Blade Wing Champion. And so real quick, here is just these guys real quick. And as you can see, I actually shifted out their swords for some Age of Sigmar ones, which I just think look super awesome. Let me grab, here's one of the new Blade Guard that I've got. You know, that, I just love those swords. So, been switching them out for those swords. And then my champion, which I've got all the base colors down, base layers. I haven't done any of the shading or highlighting yet, but here he is. I'm trying to get kind of a background so you can kind of see. But yeah, so this is my Blade Wing champion. And this sword came from, where did it come from? It's a Forge World model, and I can't remember. I want to say it was an Alpha Legion model that it came from. But yeah, so this is him currently. Like I said, next up I got to do some shading. Then I'll do my highlights, add transfers, and it'll pretty much be done. But I wanted to get this done before I take my trip, because this is definitely a model with the way the bird is and everything. I don't trust traveling with that and it not breaking in some way. At least like putting it through baggage or anything like that. So, but yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. That's kind of what's going on. I still got the, this is actually kind of bothering me looking at that. Oops, wrong one. I've got the Forged in Plastic still going on. The final championship round is going on. It'll end in March, which I actually found out my work trip's happening a little bit sooner than I thought. I thought I'd have a little bit more time, but so I'll be leaving before the end of the contest actually, but it shouldn't affect the winner being announced and prizes going out and stuff like that. But I will say, as far as taking this mobile, like taking my laptop, because I do everything on here, at least on a desktop. So shifting to a laptop, I'm not sure how I'm going to do the videos, because right now I've been having some issues getting like my Adobe stuff to work on the laptop. I'm not sure why that's an issue, but it seems to not really like to run on it, even though I really don't use it. I just got, the laptop was usually just solely for when I was going to college. Now that I'm finished with that and have my degree, I don't really use a laptop too much. And it's got a terabyte of memory, which is barely even used. I think its RAM is like 4, so I mean, it could be better if I had like an 8 gigabyte RAM. I could maybe run programs better, but I would still think with really nothing else on that laptop, I'm not sure why I'm having an issue running like Adobe on it. So I don't know, we may see, at least for a while, a little bit of a downgrade in quality on videos, but hopefully not. But I'll have to figure that out and get to that in some way. But yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Like I said, so hopefully you enjoy all the things I'm working on, the different stuff I put out. And if you don't, I'm sorry that like I said, like a lot of things are transitioning to working on my personal army mostly because because my actual job, I'm going to be traveling, so I can't really take on commissions, and I'm way behind in my own army anyway. And then on top of it, just trying to spend more quality time with the family and the kids and stuff. And like I said, like my oldest one's really getting into Lego. Like my oldest daughter has really been getting into the Harry Potter Legos. We recently watched through all the Harry Potter movies, and she absolutely loved them. So that was really cool. And we're starting we started off with the movies. Should have probably, everyone says the books. I probably should have started reading through the books, but it was just easier because the movies are, sit down for a couple hours. But I've told her, we'll read through the books together because there's a lot more detail and a lot of extra stuff in there that they don't go into in the movies. So we'll do that. But anyway, so yeah, she's been really getting into those, and my son obviously is really into like Star Wars and really any kind of stuff like that. So, like I said, we've been kind of doing that, and he wants to plan a big mock, battle scene. He's so torn, he wants to do a Kashyyyk Clone Wars battle scene or a Felucia one. So I don't know what we will end up doing, but yeah, we'll look for all of that to come. But a lot of that bigger mock stuff will take place probably closer to the end of the year anyway, because I'm for one, I won't be around, but yeah, and I guess I'm really excited about these the Blade Wing veterans I've been working on. I just think the blade guard look cool and everything. Another video will be coming up soon. I'm going to go over the I guess my thoughts on the Saturday preview they did, the Sunday pre-orders, and just kind of take a look at all that kind of stuff and see what's coming up, because there's a lot of stuff coming up this coming Saturday for pre-order for Space Marines, and we'll finally have everything released pretty much. One thing that's kind of still in question, which I'll talk about, is the heavy intercessors, as they're coming in the new Kill Team box, but we still haven't really seen when they'll be released separately. So that's kind of the only, I guess, in question thing as of right now. So, all right, well, without further ado, thank you for watching. Please check out the Facebook page. I would appreciate a like there. Definitely would appreciate a like and subscribe here at the YouTube channel. Check out the rest of the channel for the other videos I have at Paint Marines Bookshelf, which I'm currently still working on the Empire Lies book, the Farsight one, after Crisis of Faith, which is really good. So plowing my way through that. Just again, really busy. It's not that it's not a great book. I want to keep reading through. It's just, like I said, finding the time. But when I'm on this trip, I should be able to have plenty of time to read again as well. So look forward to that little review with definite spoilers and kind of my insights there going up. But I have other ones up if you want to take a look at those. And then I also have the Paint Marines workbench, where I have different tips and tricks where I share there. My most popular one being the repulsor assembly. It makes it way easier, and it has a better way to avoid this little gap that can occur in the front of it. So, all right, well, without further ado, thank you again, and until next time.